Get settled in. Oh, wow. We got lots of questions that have been asked as well. All right, great, guys. Well, I'm just joining a little bit early. We're about 1 minute away from the top of the hour, and it will be our time to do our Ask Peggy Anything event. I want to welcome you. Happy to see you guys here. We've got folks here that are on Facebook, on Instagram, and right here on YouTube Live. So whichever platform you're joining us, I'm here with my partner in, well, it's certainly not crime, partner in service. That is the wonderful, the extraordinary Celine is here, and she's going to be with us throughout this time that we're together, where I will be giving you some guidance on answering the questions that have been asked. So we've had a number of questions that have been submitted in advance. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with those questions first. And if you have questions, I noticed, Celine, I'm not sure if you see these or not, but on YouTube, there's a bunch of questions that have been asked as well. Thank you, Katerina. She says she loves my new office. Made some changes in my office, you probably noticed. And one change was that we changed the layout of the furniture in this office. I find this is a much better setup. And also we had the walls painted. My husband thought it was previously a diarrhea color. I thought it was gold, but nonetheless, this color is much better. And my new shelves had arrived. I ordered those months ago and they've arrived. So we've set them up in my office. So happy to be in the office with you. Happy to be here with you today. And it is Ask Peggy Anything. And we've got lots of folks that are joining us from Instagram. I see there's a number of people there, YouTube Live as well, and Facebook. So it's always our pleasure, me and my team. I don't do any of this alone. We've got a wonderful team that's here to support me, but really they're here to support you. So we've got Celine, who's on the call with us right now. And we also have Sammy, that I suspect may be joining us. I'm not sure if she's on there. There's Celine. I see her beautiful smiling face. Awesome. All right, great. Always great to see her. So as we're doing this Ask Peggy Anything session, and I'm addressing the questions that have been submitted, if you do have a question that you would love for me to address, please let me know, and we will definitely get to those questions. Okay, great. Oh, Sammy is here. Welcome, Sammy. So nice to have you here. Okay, our first question that's been asked is a question from William Watson. So William, if you're here or you're listening to the replay, I want to welcome you. And William's question is the following. Hi, Peggy. I'm currently studying the Science of Getting Rich program. I have read and listened through repeatedly and will continue to do so, but I have a question about the last page of the chapter, Thinking in a Certain Way. Once we have the mental image intellectually and spiritually, but not yet physically, do we pretend that it's also here physically, even outside of visualizing? Or do we simply hold the faith that it will form on the physical plane in time with and through us? In other words, are we to have faith that it's already done or faith that it will be done? Great question. And the answer is faith that it is already done. Already done is what you want to be focusing on. And how you do that is through your imagination. So William, it's a brilliant question. I love that you've asked the question. I'm certain others will benefit from it as well. So thank you for asking that question. All right, thank you. All right, look at Celine, man. This girl she's amazing. She's in multiple places at one time. As I'm addressing the questions that are on another screen that I have here on my computer, she's erasing them as I'm answering them. Isn't this girl amazing? Let's give her a big round of applause as well and express some appreciation for her. All right, the next question is from Yashi Posh. And the question is, how do you deal with friends or family members who vent about their problems? I always feel so drained after listening to their venting, and I feel their energy brings me down. But I want to be supportive and listen and be there for them. Wonderful question, Yashi. I'm delighted that you're asking. How many other people have issues with other family members who want to share their problems? Anybody else? Raise your hand. Yeah, lots of people do. But here's what I want you to know, and I want everyone to know, is that you are always in control of how you feel. No one makes you feel a certain way, and you get to decide whether you're going to jump in with that energy or not. So if you are feeling that your energy is bringing you down, it's because you've allowed it to happen. What I suggest is have the conscious awareness in knowing that you're always in control of how you feel. So if you're finding that a family member is venting and they're sharing with you what their challenges are, you can just listen. You do not have to take any of it in, and you can just choose to not absorb it, to not get into that energy as well. You could listen intently. You obviously care about your family. I love that. And you want to be there for them. But you could say something like, well, isn't it wonderful, or not wonderful? Isn't it interesting that you would be feeling that? So that's one suggestion. Another suggestion is perhaps invite them to look at the scenario in a different way. Perhaps invite them to look at it with a more positive perspective. All right, just say, hey, you know what? That's interesting that you would see it that way. What about finding the blessing in that situation? Or what's really great about that? Or what could be great about that? And then you want to get them to shift their energy away from the negative side and move it over to more of the positive side. So you could do something so you turn the energy around. You be the source of even better and more positive energy. That would be my suggestion. Thank you, Yoshi. Appreciate that. The next question is from Kristen. Love this question, Kristen. And I'm very excited to have you here and to ask this question. So Kristen says, I have a property for sale with an open house this coming Saturday. Problem. Now, whenever I see the word problem, what I actually see is the word opportunity. All right. So just start to switch your thinking when you see words like that. So what she wrote is problem. No one has put on their name on the list for the open house. What to do? I want to sell this property as soon as possible, but I'm anxious at the same time because this property has been in my family for generations. So now I'm the black sheep. Okay, here's what you do. See the end result of what you desire. So obviously you're doing an open house for a reason. You're doing an open house to sell the property. Ultimately, what do you want to give your attention to? You want to give your attention to the outcome. In other words, it's sold if that's what you desire to happen. It sounds like it does. So regardless of the how or the way, see it sold. You may even want to take your pen and write down an affirmation or put it on a card and put down, I'm so happy and grateful that I've sold my property in record time. Within 2 weeks of listing it, it's sold for full price. Something like that. Get emotionally involved in that. See it, feel it, connect to it as if it's done. And then you could end up selling the property before the open house. And if you like, you would also see that open house full. Lots of people. But ultimately, it doesn't even matter if there's a lot of people at the open house because what you're looking to accomplish is having it sold in a certain period of time. That's what you give your energy to. All right, the next question is from Ashish. It says, what does struggle mean to you? And who is an author you would love to meet with? All right. So as far as struggle is concerned, what does struggle mean to you? It means that you're out of alignment. It means that you're not focusing on what you want. It means that you're giving energy to outcomes that you don't desire. That's what struggle means to me. And who is one author you would love to meet up with? Let's see. I would love to, the author that I'd like to meet up with is no longer on the planet. That's Neville Goddard. So as far as an author that's on the planet today, who would I love to meet up with? Probably J.K. Rowling, because I'd love to interview her and have her share her struggle, what she went through when she first decided she wanted to write her books and bring them out to the world, because her story is absolutely fascinating. So that's very likely who I would love to meet up with. But thank you for asking. Okay, the next question is from Danny. And Danny is asking, how do I understand what I really want? She got two questions. So I'm going to answer the first one and then I'll go to the second one. So how do you understand what you really want? Number one, understand that you already know. In other words, feel as if you already know what you want. And then ask yourself, what would I really love? What would I really love? Now you've got to imagine, you've got to use your imagination. I'm just looking to see if my magic wand is in my drawer here. I do have a magic wand, by the way. I was going to wave it for you. But you can imagine that a magic wand is being waved and that you can have, do, or be anything that you desire. And if you just tap into your imagination, you're going to figure it out. If you're saying to yourself that you don't know what you want, you're going to continue to experience that, not knowing what you want. But if you get really excited and just feel the energy of knowing exactly what you want, even if you don't yet, but you feel as if you do, you're going to figure it out. All right. So my suggestion is just imagine you could have anything, do anything, be anything, experience anything that you would love to experience in your life. Imagine that you're doing, having that, experiencing that. What would it be? And then start writing it down. Get very clear on what that is. Okay, the next, Blatty says, of course you have a magic wand. Okay, next question is, how do I create routine and consistency? That's actually why I put this little card out for today, is because this card is a daily discipline checklist. What I suggest that you all do is go to manifestationtoolbox.com right now. It's free. We've made it for you for free. You can download a copy. And what you do is you decide what are the disciplines you're going to commit to every single day. It says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you check it off. For example, if you're going to be meditating every day, you write down meditate. Listening to your Power Life script, you write down listen to my Power Life script. You're going to be doing affirmations. You're going to be doing visualization. You're going to be doing mirror work. Whatever it is that you're going to be doing, create your daily discipline checklist and keep it in front of you so that you're checking it off as you're doing those things every single day. So Celine is putting the link for manifestationtoolbox.com on all three platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube, so that you can go there and get that. All right. Thank you for the question, Danny. Okay. I'm not sure how to say this name. So if I'm saying the names incorrectly, I apologize. So the name looks like it's Sinead. Sinead, maybe, but I have a feeling it's pronounced differently than that. How do you deal with irritation or feeling blah? I get moving. I get reconnected to what my outcomes are. I get excited about what I'm manifesting in my life. I'll plug in my Power Life script. I'll reconnect to my goal. And, you know, it's an interesting question. I'm grateful that you asked it. But when you asked me, how do you deal with irritation? I actually rarely get irritated or feel blah. Rare, extremely rare. Now, I used to years ago, but I've conditioned myself not to do that. All right, Carmen, I just saw your message pop in here on Instagram, so I'm going to go to that one next. There are more questions, which I'm going to address for sure. But Carmen says, what's the difference between a daily affirmation and a Power Life script? I do both, by the way. Power Life script is the most powerful technique that I use and have used to manifest my incredible life. So I recommend every single person has a Power Life script. Now, a Power Life script is simply a detailed description of you living your life as if it's here right now, so that you can visually see it, so that you can connect to it emotionally with all your senses. All right. So my Power Life script happens to be around 15 pages in length. Doesn't have to be that long, but it's a detailed description. An affirmation could be something like, I'm a happy and a healthy multimillionaire. It's just a few words. And typically affirmations are used to build a belief system. All right. To build a belief system, to build a paradigm within you. All right. So thank you very much for asking. The next question is Valentine. The question is, right after you picked up your goal, what do you have to do? Feel as if it's here now. You've got to immediately, boom, put yourself into the emotional states, feeling as if your goal has already manifested in your life. That's what you do. And you don't just do that once, you do that multiple times, all day long. All right, that's what you will do. And the next question is from Asma. Why am I always stuck with the manifestation process? Because you keep declaring that. Stop saying that. If you say you're stuck, you're stuck. Now, being stuck means that you're debilitated. You're not doing anything. So the best thing that you can do is move into action. Start to do something. Study. take a program, join our event on Friday. Is everyone on this call registered for the Rich Experience that we're doing on Friday? If not, every single one of you, everyone that's watching this, either live or listening to it, go to therichexperience.com. Totally free event. It's an all-day event. It's a seminar that I'm delivering, and it is at therichexperience.com. If you haven't registered, register. All right, I'm seeing some yes. Okay, great, perfect. All right, I look forward to seeing you all there. Okay, thank you. Cleddy says, I dropped out of college and I don't know what to do in my life or discover it. Oh, what a great opportunity you have right now. Fresh start. I love that. I would suggest start to study personal development. Get on our Rich Experience event on Friday. You're going to find a huge amount of value. We're going to be together from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm delivering seminar all day. It's free, totally free. Get on that. We're going to be talking about deciding what it is that you really would love. It's going to be a part of it, because in order for you to have a rich experience, you got to know what you'd love to experience. Okay, if you have to work on that day, thank you, Tizzy baby. If you have to work on that day, we're recording it all. So you will have register though, because when you register, you will get access to the recordings. So as soon as you register, you're going to be directed to a page that has all the information. You'll get the link, the Zoom link that we're using for that event. You'll also get handouts that I'll be referencing during that event, and you'll get access to the entire recording from that live event. Also, I'd like to ask everyone that's on this call right now to do something for me. If you're willing, tell your friends about it. Bring someone, bring lots of people. If you have followings, let them know about the Rich Experience. All you have to do is share the link, as we would love to have anyone and everyone attend. As a matter of fact, right now, I checked just before I got on this call, we have 738 people registered. And I don't know if you're hearing the ding, ding, ding that's going on here, but more registrations are coming in while we're here. So therichexperience.com, we're expecting a lot of people. There'll definitely be over 1,000 people that will register for this. And we look forward to seeing you and serving you there as well. So Cleddy, get on that event. You're going to be very glad that you did. I would also suggest, Cleddy, get a copy of my latest book called The Demand Principle. It's a phenomenal book. It's basically, I'm sharing, it's my 18th book, and I'm sharing a lot of the techniques that I've been using for many, many years. So just go to The Demand Principle. You can go to thedemandprinciple.com, and you'll find we've got all kinds of bonuses that we give you as well when you buy one copy of this book. And the book is very inexpensive on Amazon.com. So I would suggest, Cleddy, get a copy of The Demand Principle. Oh, by the way, on Friday, when we're doing the Rich Experience event, we're going to be giving things away. We're going to be having draws throughout the day. And one of the things we're giving away are autographed copies of The Demand Principle that are right here in my office. I'm going to be signing them and sending them out to 7 lucky individuals. We'll also have some draws for some other things that we'll be doing. So you definitely want to be there for that event. And that's for the folks that'll be on live, all right, that are on live and stay on live. Okay, my next question that's coming in is a question from, I'm seeing lots more registrations come pouring in. So maybe it's you guys that are going over there and registering right now. And if so, awesome. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Thank you, Vladdy. Vladdy just wrote, I love The Demand Principle. Me too. I love that book. I think it's a great book. Okay, so the next question is, oh, I love this. Okay, I'm going to get to that question in a minute. Is from Vladdy, actually, who is someone I love and appreciate. Vladdy is saying, hi, beautiful, inspiring Peggy. I have a question for you later, pretty please. Later, like now? Is now good, Vladdy? Would you like me to answer the question now? Okay, I'm going to answer it now. I have now been actively studying and applying your and Bob Proctor's materials only for 8 months. Well, I've been at it for 41 years, but good for you. I love that. Day by day, every day I get better and better, and my success is absolutely guaranteed. But how can I align 2 separate Vladdys? One is hungry for more, studying, doing lots of exercises, writing books, making longer lists, listening to audios, meditating, reading a lot. And the other Vladdy already knows that less is more. So I need to focus on less in much deeper level. Spend time on understanding each area properly until moving to the next. How do I choose what is the most important for my discipline to do the personal growth the right way? C, I am one of those people who do more in one day than most people do in a week, but I love that. It satisfies me, and it is kind of me. So I cannot decide what is less important, as I feel I need to do so many things as part of my daily routine, and I love speed. For example, my gratitude journal takes me 40 minutes every morning, plus Power Life Script 42 minutes, but I feel that is the right amount to feel good. Do I reduce these or add more reading in depth? What would you recommend for me, Peggy? I just need to find the golden balance path in the middle. Not sure what I should focus on. Million thanks. Okay, you're going to love this, Vladdy, and anyone else that's listening. You're going to love this. Number one, it does not matter what you're doing. It matters how you're feeling. All right. So if it's taking you 42 minutes to write gratitude, and that's a long time, by the way, it probably takes me about 10. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter if it's taking you 2 hours and 42 minutes or 2 minutes. It doesn't matter. What matters most in manifesting is this. And I want everyone to really listen in, lean in, turn your ear in. You must feel as if you already have that which you desire. You must feel as if. So if you're playing with your kids, out in the park with Elizabeth and Josh, if you're doing something like that and you're feeling the gratitude for your incredible life, you're in alignment. If you're driving down the road and you're feeling as if you're already there, you're in alignment. Now, the Power Life Script, I definitely recommend that you listen to that every day. One of the blessings of listening to a Power Life Script is you can listen to it actively and passively. Actively is where you're paying attention to what you're hearing. Passively means it's playing, even though you might be doing other things. You might be sleeping. You might be doing the laundry. You might be, having breakfast. And so I would suggest really listen to those words. That's what matters most. So it's not about adding on or piling on more stuff to do every single day. That's not it. Some people think that's it. What matters most is, are you feeling it? So if you're just sitting in your chair, your feet up, maybe you're watching something on TV or whatever, but yet you've got this smile on your face and you're feeling as if you're already there. Awesome. That's great. That's the whole idea behind manifestation. You've got to feel as if it's here right now. And when you do that, bam, you're there. You're in alignment. It's perfection. And you're going to be manifesting with ease. Is that helpful, Vladdy? Let me know. All right. Love that question. Okay. The question number 11. Are we to have faith that it's already done? Or, oh, wait, sorry, that was already there. That one we already did. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. That question we already answered. Renata. Hey, Renata, are you here? This is great. I love it. Okay, Vladdy says, thank you, Peggy. Yes, feeling it now. I'm feeling it right now. Yeah, that's it, baby. That's all you got to do. Okay. Next question is, do you have a paid version of PowerPoint? I was watching the manifestation movies and my screen looks nothing like yours. Thank you. Yeah, I do have actually a paid version of PowerPoint. Those videos were actually created by Sabrina. And Sabrina is another one of our cherished members of the Dynamic Destinies team. And I'll have to ask her, Renata, what she used. Hey, Celine, can you remind me to ask Sabrina what she used? Or maybe, Celine, could you ask Sabrina what she used to do those manifestation movies? And we'll let Renata know. Thank you. All right, perfect. She said yes. Okay, perfect. Jack's here. Jack says, what advice would you give me for the following? I'm in a bit of a rut after losing my job due to COVID and now off track, feeling unworthy and self-doubt with my goals. Lots of love. Okay, Jack, it's great to understand where you are. It's a very valuable thing to understand where you are. The other thing to decide is where you would love to go. Now, you don't have to know how. You don't even have to know what you're going to be doing. How would you love to be living your life? For example, let's say you would love to be doing work that's deeply meaningful, that you wake up in the morning and you just feel so grateful to be doing the work that you're doing. It's fulfilling. It's rewarding. You're financially compensated in a wonderful way. Is that something you would love? And if so, connect to that. Script it, write it out. You're at a perfect point in your life where you get to make a decision on what you would love. What would you love to be doing next? You may want to go, Jack, to GoNowBusiness.com. GoNowBusiness.com is a place where we are offering up business ideas that anyone could grab and run with. And essentially, all of the ideas that are on Go Now Business are ideas that I personally thought of, but made a decision that I'm going to let them be available for other people. So when someone invests in one of the domain names that we have for sale, what we do is I'll record a video and explain what my initial idea for it was. You can do with it whatever you want. And then we show revenue models. We got a video to go over that. And then also, if you want, you can join our program called A Million in a Month, where we will show you how to create content and how to launch it online, essentially establishing yourself with an online business. So we have solutions for that. So definitely go over to GoNowBusiness.com and you can check that out. The next question is by Shy. She is saying, I think it's a she or a he. Shy is asking, before you reached wealthy status, did you buy whatever your heart's desires, or did you put more attention on saving that money? Some rich say they saved everything, but wondering if it's okay to splurge once in a while. I'm just laughing because no, I'm a money circulator. I believe money's meant to circulate out there in the world. Do I have some money in my savings? Sure. I've got lots in my investments as well, and I have lots of equity and things like that. But prior to that, and I've always been like that, big spender, and really believe that money is meant to circulate. So I splurged a lot, and I still splurge a lot. So definitely splurging. All right, the next question is from Visualize Success. And how do I control my thoughts to stay positive when things are not going great? And how does it take why does it take so long to manifest? Okay, two good questions. How do I control my thoughts to stay positive when things aren't great? Use your Power Life script. So script out your life, only positive words, including all kinds of emotions that are positive and supportive, and you're writing it as if you're living your life that way now. And listen to it every single day. It'll help you, because your conscious mind is the gateway to the subconscious mind. You're taking in information all the time, but a lot of people are rethinking the same thoughts over again and pressing them in their subconscious mind and strengthening the beliefs that are already there. So what you want to do is you want to change what's going into your mind. You want to start to give more conscious attention to what you're giving energy to thought to. So you change it by choosing what you're going to give energy to. All right. And the best way to do that is through the daily disciplines. It's through things like, sorry, I've just got distracted there for a moment. Writing in your gratitude journal, doing your affirmations, doing your visualization, listening to your Power Life script, studying every day, journaling, things like that. All good things to really help keep your thoughts in a very positive place. Why does it take so long to manifest? I love that you're asking that question, because the truth is we don't know how long it takes to manifest things into goals, right? Into physical form. However, there are laws of the universe that govern certain things. And one of the laws is the law of gestation, which means there will be a period of time before all things will manifest into form, just like a seed that you plant in the garden. You put a seed in the garden and you expect it's going to grow, right? Now, what do? You nourish it. You provide it with water. You make sure it has the sunlight if that's what it needs. So you want to make sure that you're giving good energy to it. And then trust. You've got to trust and know that it's already done, that goal is already in your life. You got to know it. Now, if you don't know it or you don't believe it, you've got to impress your subconscious mind with the belief and the knowing that it is already done. That takes time as well. What a lot of people also do is they get very excited about a goal and they set a goal and they get in harmony with that goal, but then something happens, they're off track, or old paradigms start to show up in their thinking, and then they find themselves spiraling down. You got to be in really conscious control of what you're thinking at all times. You cannot allow your mind to go drifting off into a negative place. It's destructive. And I'm certain you don't want to destroy the results that you're looking to create in your life. All right, the next question is from Tajesu17. How do I manifest someone? If I keep on thinking of wanting to start a business, will that idea eventually come of what I want to do? Okay, so there's two questions here. So let me answer the first one first. How do I manifest someone? Are you talking about a soulmate kind of relationship? I'm guessing that's what it is. How you manifest is that you must determine what that relationship feels like in your life. You got to get connected to that and then describe it. It can become part of your power life script as an example. And like when I attracted my husband into my life, we'll be talking about this on Friday in the Rich Experience. I'm going to go through the steps that I went through entirely, but I saw and felt and connected to the outcome as if it was here right now. And when I did that, I met my husband in very, very short order. Now, the other question that you have is, if I keep thinking of wanting to start a business, will the idea eventually come of what I want to do? I would suggest an even better approach is to imagine that you're running a successful business now and connect to what that feels like. And then you're going to get the idea. It's a much more powerful and more effective way to do it. Okay, Vanessa says, what basic steps do you recommend to manifest your goals? Very simply, decide on what you would love, write it out as if it's here right now, determine what it's going to feel like, and feel it. You can use your Power Life script to accomplish that. Those are the basic steps to manifestation. Next one's from Alpha Red 82. Neville talks about looping a single scene to assume a wish fulfilled. Do you do that as well, multiple scenes? Do you do that as well, multiple scenes? Yes, and that's really what the Power Life script is. It's a scene, so you see your life as if it's here right now in your mind. You're connecting to that as if you're already living that life. And it could be one scene, it could be multiple scenes. So for my top goal is a scene that I see every single day. I created visuals for it, which I connect to and look at every single day. But my Power Life script is more of the scene of my entire life, how I'm living my entire life. And I listen to that multiple times every single day. Anna says, I've moved back to my family farm home, which is close to the property where my goal life is. I'm happy and proud of where I am, although it's not the dream. I've done a lot of work to upkeep this place and I'm proud of my efforts. If I ultimately will not live here, should I continue to put my all into this place and expand on what's here, or should I hold back and save my energy and resources for my dream land? Great question, Anna. I would suggest put it all in now, because you want to act as if or feel as if you're already living on your dream land. So when you're giving that energy, and it's all good anyways, it's positive. Plus, whatever good you're putting into the place right now for the next owner, they're going to feel it. They're going to feel the love. They're going to feel the dedication that you've made to making that place magnificent. So I would absolutely suggest you dedicate it now. Okay. Denise says, how do you feel about being a multimillionaire? Love that question, Denise. Thank you for asking. Well, I feel it is a wonderful blessing, an extraordinary gift in my life. It may be something different for everyone. For me, being wealthy just feels so good because I love helping. I'm a very generous person. You can ask any of my family members. I'm a very, very generous person. And I love helping. I love giving. I love giving to family members. I love giving to friends. I love giving to hospitals. I donate a significant amount of money every month to the Children's Hospital here in Ottawa. And when I started that, they actually called me, the Children's Foundation, Hospital Foundation called me when I started my donations. This is years ago now. And they called me and said, do you realize that the donations that you're making are monthly? And I said, yes. And then they asked me if I had a child at the Children's Hospital. And I said, no, my son's an adult now. And they said, what about a grandchild? I said, no, I don't have anyone there. I just feel it's a good cause. That's why I donate to the Children's Hospital. But I believe one of the great gifts of being a millionaire or multimillionaire is the freedom that it provides you to do what you want, when you want, to go where you want, when you want, although right now, not so much with COVID going on, and the freedom to help other people, the freedom to give back, and the freedom to just, feel that relaxation, knowing you're financially set for life. That's actually in my Power Life script. I'm financially set for life. maybe something that you want to add to your Power Life script as well. But thank you, Anna, or that was Denise. Thank you, Denise, for asking. I really appreciate it. All right, just going to see how many more questions we have here. Okay, we're on question number 21, and it looks like we have 27 questions. Okay, so question number 22 here is from Carmen. Which one is best, listening or reading to your Power Life script? Oh, that's a great question. Thank you for asking, Carmen. Which one is best, listening or reading to your Power Life script? Oh, I would say it doesn't matter. It's which one causes the greatest connection emotionally for you. So for one person, reading it may be better. For someone else, it might be listening. You see, I'm very much an auditory learner. I love listening. So I'm reading a book actually right now, which I also bought in audio form. So I read and I listen, or I'll listen and then I'll read, or I'll read and then I'll go and listen. So I much prefer listening. But I do find reading to be powerful too. So I don't think it really matters. What matters most is how are you personally feeling when you're doing one of those two things. The next question is, what is the best guided meditation? I would say it's one that we've created a couple meditations. We actually did one for our Skipping Levels clients as well, which they're loving. We created one recently, and I believe the ones that we created are also on the manifestationtoolbox.com. The one that I'm personally listening to right now is actually a customized one that Bob Proctor did for me. And that to me is the best one because he recorded it for me. He did it in a studio, and he's specifically speaking to me about certain things that I asked him to say to build the belief systems. He created that in 2014, and I listen to it every single day. And so really, when we think about guided meditations, I think it's important to find one that you personally resonate with and listen to that. Ayesha says, when you first started your business, did you have your savings to live off of? How did you start, or did you wait until you were making money before you left your job? Great question. So savings, no, I did not have any savings when I started my business. And I did have a job at the time. I kept my job while I built my business. And then once the business was rolling, I left my job and moved into my business full time. That's how I personally did it. All right. El Capitano is asking, how do I visualize my goals? Well, you close your eyes and you just start to use your imagination. Now that that goal has manifested, what are you seeing? That's what you just ask yourself. It's easy, 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 easy. So if you're, and you can get clarity. I think it's important to really think about the senses when you've accomplished a goal. So let's use some very simple examples. How do I visualize my goal? So let's say the goal was to own a dream home. Well, start to think about what are some aspects about that dream home that you would love. When you look out the window, what do you see? Are they big windows? Is there lots of bright light? Is it high ceilings? Do you have multiple bedrooms? What is the layout like? Do you have a garage? Are you in a neighborhood? Are you in suburb? Are you on a mountain? Are you on an ocean or on the ocean? What are the aspects that you would love to have as it relates to that? And then you close your eyes and you imagine. Now, something you can do, especially with real estate, is you can go online, look at pictures. I ordered some pictures recently for my vision board. And what I did was I typed in a Google search, what is the most spectacular waterfront cottage on the Big Rito, as an example. And this picture came up, and it's an architecture had built this cottage. It's not for sale. It's not on the market, but I liked it a lot. And so what I did was I snapped a picture of it on my computer, and I ordered a print to be printed, and it's going on my vision board. And so it just helps create that image. Will it be that one? Maybe. Will it be another one? Maybe. We'll let the universe figure that part out. When I decided to attract my husband into my life, my soulmate into my life, I didn't know who it was. So what did I visualize? I saw us having romantic dinners together. I saw us walking down the road and hang on, someone's trying to call me there. There we go. I saw us walking down the road together. I saw us enjoying wonderful family times together, holidays together, traveling together. I just saw it in my mind's eye. I didn't see him, what he looked like or anything like that. I just imagined what it would be like to be with my significant other. And there's a lot of different scenes that you can create. So that's what I would suggest for visualization. Jenny says, how do you overcome fear and manifestation related to health issues or health scares of yourself or family members? Do you turn your thoughts around to only good thoughts? Absolutely, only good thoughts. You got to see yourself in perfect health or see your family members in perfect health. You know, when was it? It was about 2 years ago. I just want to finish answering that question. About 2 years ago, we had an experience in our family where my grandson, who was 6 years of age at the time, had ended up on life support in the children's hospital. And it was an absolutely, very likely my worst experience of my life. I was really shaken to the core. And it happened very unexpectedly. They don't know why. They don't know what caused it. He went into seizures that lasted 2 hours and 45 minutes, and he ended up losing consciousness. They had to put him on life support. He was in a coma for days. And my grandson, James, is just a beautiful, incredible young man with the greatest heart, the most beautiful heart. He's so loving and so kind and so giving. And he is, you know, the greatest gift in my life, including my son, Michelle. And so when that happened with James, I was an absolute mess. And I remember getting the call in the middle of the night that James was in an ambulance on his way to the hospital and was told, get to the hospital now. And I did. I drove there right away. And, you know, I got there and I saw the gravity of the situation. I mean, I arrived in the hospital and my daughter-in-law is vomiting in a garbage can. The other grandmother's curled up in a ball in the corner. And it's like, where's James? And my son was over watching the emergency people working on him. And, you know, it was just surreal that this was happening. And they had him at one hospital, but they're transferring him to the children's hospital by ambulance. And so I had to get my car and drive. And it was 4:30 in the morning by this point. And I was really shaking. I was out of control. And I called Bob Proctor and woke him up. And I knew he wouldn't mind if I called him and woke him up. And he said, what's going on? So I told him and he just said, okay, breathe, just breathing. You're out of control right now. He said, I want you to imagine that you and James are out riding on your bikes. Because the night before, James and I were out riding I had bought him a new bike. I mean, he has a room here. He had a room at our cottage. I have bikes for him. I have his clothes, toys. Like ever since he's been on this planet, he's been a big part of our lives. And so Bob said to me, he said, just close your eyes and see him smiling, see him playing, see him laughing, see him dancing, see him having fun, hear him giggling, like just do all of those things that really give energy to an outcome that you desire. And so it's like, okay. And so, I would do that. And when I got to the children's hospital, I said to Kayla, his mom, my daughter-in-law, I said to Kayla, when you go in to see James, because no one was allowed to see him except Kayla and Michelle. And so I said to Kayla, when you go in to see James, put your hands on him. This is what Bob had said to do. Close your eyes and see him healthy, see him riding his bike, see him. And so they started doing all of the tests, trying to determine, what caused this, multiple tests. And they're, thinking, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's this, maybe it's this. And everything that they were thinking it was very serious. But they kept checking them off going, no, it's not that. No, it's not that. No, it's not that. And several days went by and he woke up from the coma. And he was actually not himself at that time. And they think it's because all the drugs they had pumped into him. And within 2 days after that, he was back. It was James. So I was supposed to be at an event speaking in Toronto. And I just told him, I said, I'm not coming until, James is, back. I know he's coming back, but I don't know when it is. So I'm going to stay right here. And it was the 6th day. And Kayla called me that morning. I was getting ready to go to the hospital. And she called me and she said, James is back. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, it's him. He's back. He's fine. He's great. He wants out of the hospital. So I said, can you hand the phone to him? And she said, yes. And it's like, hey, grandma. And it's like, James is back. It was a miracle, like an absolute, I have goosebumps even mentioning it. It was like an absolute, total, complete miracle. And, you know, we all like collectively, and when I think back to the waiting room when we're at the hospital, you know, the grandparents were all there and Kayla's family, you know, my sister drove up from Toronto and friends were there. It was a very, he's 9. He just turned 9. It's a very busy room, but all of us were focusing on seeing James back. Now, the doctors, you know, don't know what happened. They don't know what caused it. We've actually been doing fundraisers. I raised money to buy a brain scan as well last year. I did a fundraiser for the Children's Hospital. There's been commercials on television with James where they're encouraging other grandparents to donate to the Children's Hospital as well. They started a grandparents committee, which I'm on, for the Children's Hospital. So how you focus on health is to only see, it is a miracle, yes, you know, it's to only see what you desire for your physical health. And it works for weight too. Like just see yourself being slim. It's like you're getting ready in the morning and you're standing in front of the mirror. Just see yourself, you know, with the body that you would love, like really see it. Put a smile on your face. So it's like there's an expression that Neville Goddard uses, which I think is such a powerful idea. Neville Goddard says the following. He says, deny the evidence of the senses. Deny the evidence of the senses. So think about James and what happened with James at the hospital. I mean, we just denied the evidence of the senses that he was in this coma and that he wasn't going to wake up. We didn't give that any energy. All we saw was James waking up and James playing. And regardless of what, you know, the medical professionals were saying about the potentiality of what could happen and you know, the activity in his brain and things like that. And so denying the evidence of the senses can really, really work well for anything. Bank account, as an example. Just create a printout. I actually have right beside my bed printouts of my bank accounts. I also have them here in my office. Printouts of my bank accounts, the way I desire for them to be, in my investment statements, the way I desire for them to be, our sales reports, the way I desire them to be. And that's what you focus on. That's what you give energy to. So this whole process of manifesting can work for health or physical body. It can work for relationships. It can work for business. It can work for selling a house, buying a house, living in a dream home. And it can work for finances as well and businesses. So it's all applicable, like it can be used in any scenario. Okay, the next question is, how do you release the fear when things start to manifest to avoid self-sabotage? Dawn, I have a great technique for that. Ask yourself this question: what would I love? And then as you ask yourself that question, pay attention to the answer. You obviously would love the outcome to be the way you want it to be. All right, what does that feel like? So it's a two-part question. So two-part question, and then there's an activity involved. So the first question is, what would I love? Second question is, what does it feel like now that I have that in my life, or now that I'm doing that in my life? And the third part is go straight to feeling and continue to feel it. Stay in that feeling state. Many years ago, I purchased a home. I didn't have any money to buy it, had no idea how I was going to pay for it, but my name was signed on a legal binding contract. And so anytime I felt the fear, I would just say to myself, what would I love? Oh, I'd love to own this home. What does that feel like? It feels great. Okay, go straight to feeling. I was doing that, bam, 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 all day long. I mean, if you have to do it 182 times a day, do it 182 times a day. But you'll be glad that you did. Okay, Raj. I'm just going to go with Raj, okay? I'm just short your name there for a moment. Does auto-suggestion help to manifest goals and always work? Great question. If you're doing it properly. So yes, auto-suggestion works when you mix it with emotion. How many times should I listen to my Power Life script? I listen to mine 10 times a day. Listen to it as many times as you possibly can. Denise says, what Power Life scripts would you listen to if you want to either be a multimillionaire or win a huge lottery jackpot? I would focus on being a multimillionaire and just look at the affirmations in the Power Life Script program. We got lots of them there. Talk about experiencing abundance, that you're wealthy. What's fun about all of this is it's not complicated. It's simple. Like one of my affirmations that I started saying back in the 90s is, I'm a happy and a healthy multimillionaire. And when I started saying it, that felt like a whole bunch of malarkey, like a lie, a total lie. But what I did was I said it over and over and over and over again until it felt natural. That's ultimately what you want to do. You want to keep doing this until it feels natural. Carmen's question is, how do I increase my belief? Power Life Script will increase your belief. Make sure that you include lots of affirmations that really confirm that it's already there, and you'll believe it. Okay, we have just a couple more questions. We're going to call it a wrap for today. Luki is saying, I have a comprehensive Power Life Script for all my goals. Do I split them for a specific goal? Is it okay to read them all at once? All at once, baby. That's what I would do. All of my goals are in my Power Life Script, in one Power Life Script. Colette says, how detailed should the Power Life Script be? I've covered many points in my life of what I want. Should I try and record it and start working with it? Yes. Colette, what you'll do is your Power Life Script becomes something that changes. I actually re-recorded mine this week, and I recorded it last week as well. And so you're going to change it. You'll very likely change it. But what's most important is that you're seeing and feeling your life. It's most important, the feeling part, right? So when you write it, just ensure that you've got lots of great things in there as far as what you're feeling. Okay, I am Edwin Edgardo. Okay, Edwin, looks like you have a question. Celine, how far is my question? Hopefully she reaches mine. Oh, okay, I'll take more questions if you want. Okay, am I missing a question here? Okay. Okay, so we're missing a question there. Someone, if you could find that question, that would be terrific. Okay, meanwhile, there's a question here. Okay, for Rasha. Do you affirm your big end goals or the little ones that will take you towards it? Big end, baby. It's all about the end result. Don't try and tell the universe how it's going to happen. So no, you don't put in your stepping stones or the little goals. What would you love? The answer is to really connect to what would you love? What would you love? And that's what you focus on, not other things. Don't create distraction for your consciousness as well, because you have the power to manifest anything. So really get clarity around what you would love. Okay, so I think it's Edwin that's on Instagram right now. If you can type in your question there, Celine's ready. We're not sure if we missed it or where it is. I don't see it on my docs over here. By the way, I do want to let you know that Renata, we have an answer to your question. And Renata had asked the question about the PowerPoint and for the manifestation movies. By the way, all of you that register for the Rich Experience on Friday, which is an all-day event, therichexperience.com, totally free. I'm assuming every single one of you have registered. You get given to you the manifestation movies, okay? The manifestation movies. So Sabrina says that the PowerPoint, yes, she has PowerPoint from the Office 365 family, me too. And the photos are licensed from iStock Photo, and then she uses iMovie. All right, so there you go. That's it. Okay, Celine, did you get Edwin's question? I saw it flash by on the Instagram page, and if so, if you can put it somewhere for me, either on the page where I'm answering these questions or on WhatsApp, I would love to answer that question. It's okay, perfect. Okay, his question's there. I saw it go by. I saw it go by a few minutes ago. It's on Instagram. All right, let me see, or I can send it. I sent it. Oh, okay, I thought I saw it on there. Maybe I didn't. Oh, thanks, Amy. It's good to see you on here. It's a job I manifested. Okay, there we go. Oops. Okay. All right, you're going live on Wednesday. It's a perfect boost for a midweek. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Carmen says, thank you for the manifestation movies. You're very welcome. Thank you for thanking us. I really appreciate it. Okay, I know Celine's there trying to find the question. Okay. All right, Where's the question? I do have new questions though. Okay. Well, put them in. Let's go. I think on Instagram, we're going to lose the connection at about 7 minutes. So we have about 7 minutes that we can address these questions for you guys. So if we can get Edwin's in, that would be terrific. Okay. What do you suggest to expand a business online concerning all collaborations? Luminta, what do you suggest to expand a business online concerning all collaborations? I'm not sure I understand your question, Luminta. You may want to take a look at amillioninamonth.com. That's a program that we teach. Oh, thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. And we teach a program on how to market online and how to create collaborations as well. So I would suggest that. That's not a quick answer kind of question here. It's a great question and one that definitely deserves to be answered, but it's really a, expanding. We teach how to build a business online. We have extensive programs. We have a lot of content in our program, $1 million in a month. And that's where we teach people how to create their presence online, how to promote it, how to collaborate with others as well. Selena is just frantically trying to find your question, Edwin. You're saying you typed it, but she can't find it. Okay, we're going to get there though. No worries. I'm seeing the comments, but okay. BBB lifestyle. Why am I scared to read my goal card? I keep it in my bag, but not keen to take it out and read it. Wow, good question. Maybe you're afraid of what it means to you. It's good to notice that though. I love that you're even asking the question. Or it could be just your paradigm. One of the reasons why people don't experience what they desire, and I should say they're experiencing conflict, is because of paradigms. Paradigms are your beliefs that are holding you back. Paradigms are going to try and stay like they're strong, your paradigms. And so when you go to change them, they put up a battle and they continue to fight you until you get to a point where you replace them. So it could be just conditioning. It's not a discipline that you're used to, but just start doing it, connect to it, put a big smile on your face while you're looking at your goal, and you'll find that it will change as you choose to change your experience with it. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my phone here for a moment. And so I apologize if that just made the whole screen go wonky there. In the meantime, well, I'm going to search my phone and see if I can find Edwin's question. I know that Selena is doing that as well. I see your comments here. Okay, perfect. Okay, there we go. All right, seeing all these other questions that are here. How far is my question? Okay, there we go. It's always, okay, perfect. I see your comments here. Okay, we're definitely dedicated to find this question, that's for sure. One of the challenges that we're going to be faced with here is in about 3 minutes. How old is he now? Oh, I saw that question, Edwin. I see that question. My grandson is now 9. He just turned 9 years of age. Is that what your question was? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, great. All right. Oh, I wonder if that was the question. Okay, could have been. I did answer that actually while we're going through that. Oh, wait, I don't think so. I think it's something else. Perfect. Can you send her my question? Probably it already got erased. I'll send it again. Thanks in advance. Okay. I was just laughing at all these comments. This is great. I love all these comments. Bear with us, guys. We're just looking for this one last question. And in about 2 minutes, they're going to be pulling the plug on Instagram. I'm smiling because I see lots of really wonderful comments as well. And I just want you to know that I really appreciate you guys and I appreciate being here to serve you. Here's what I would suggest, Edwin. We've got 1 minute remaining here. I would suggest that you join the Rich Experience on Friday. I will be taking questions during that event. It is a full day event. I do have a lot of content that I'm going to be going over. Would love to have you there. So join the Rich Experience because we'll definitely make it available for questions as well. Okay, everyone, that is a wrap for today. And I look forward to being back with all of you at the full day free event, called The Rich Experience on Friday. Get yourself registered. We're giving away stuff. We're giving you bonuses, and all you have to do is show up. All right. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. Thank you so much. And thank you, Celine, for being here and for always here to support us. We really appreciate you. And I'll see everyone on Friday. Okay, go to therichexperience.com, guys. I'll see you there.